Way out yonder, peace in the valley. Go downtown, have to rumble in the alley. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. Has anybody seen my lady? This living alone will drive you crazy. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. I'm gonna go down by the water, but I ain't gonna jump in, no. I'll be out looking for my lady, 'cause I hear that that's where she's been. Oh, out of 9 lives, I spent 7. How in the world do you get to heaven? Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. It's looking like it's one or the other. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. Now 2 young kids might start a ruckus. You know they feel that you're gonna shuck us. Oh, you don't know the shape I'm in. Intro, halftime.
Yeah, okay.
What a cool church. It's a cool church here.
Yeah, it is a cool church you got going on here. Welcome, everybody. How are we doing on time? We about ready to get going here? I think so. I think I'm supposed to talk. Is it me? Oh, yeah, okay. Good morning, everybody. I found out today that I am Rick Cowling, Sherry's husband. Reverend Sherry's husband, and the music director here. Okay. You know what? I know what it is. I can't see anymore. And I can't get my glasses out of my pocket. Okay, here we go. Thanks for being patient, everybody. All right, here we go. So, Reverend Sherry was asked to be the guest speaker at CSL at, I still can't see even with these glasses. Anyway, we have our very own Valerie Kobabe as our guest speaker today, and she's amazing. She's been a prayer chaplain, pastoral care, and grief counselor here for many years, here at Unity of the Oaks. She's also our arts ministry coordinator, and soon to be a licensed Unity teacher. That's coming right up, and that's awesome. Super excited. So she facilitates the Artist Way class, and I'm going to that, and I love it. And will be giving us a message today on unblocking the heart, the artist's way. So anyway, but before we sing our opening song, the first one here, greet each other, look at each other, say hello and everything, and we'll see you in a few. And hi, everybody online. Thanks for joining us this morning.
I am at home in the heart of God. I am at home in the heart. My mind is anchored in the truth. My mind is anchored in truth. I'm living free in the heart of God.
All right, are you ready? So everybody up, you're going to help us sing this. This is by Daniel Nahmod called My Soul is Welcome Here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Ooh, yeah. Hey. Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Let's do that again. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Let's do that again. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Ooh. We're gonna do all that again. I really want to hear you guys. Come on. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. What? I'm in the right place at the right time. That's right now. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. Just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Oh,
Testing 1, 2, 3.
okay.
Sound guy. Okay, is it working? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, that was a great song, and now then I got to bring your energy down and get you to calm down a little bit and get into your seat for a prayer. Okay. So I invite you to close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in. Settle into your seats, and now gently release that breath. Let us begin by recognizing that awareness is the first brushstroke of creation. Awareness is understanding that we are all artists of our lives, and that true artistry is allowing source energy to flow through us. Each of us is a channel for the divine, and every inspired thought is a brushstroke on the canvas of our existence. Beloved spirit, source energy, divine artist of our souls, remind us that we are eternal beings in human form, each a unique and irreplaceable work of art. Help us to embrace the idea that we do not need to struggle or force our creativity. Instead, may we allow the divine flow of inspiration to move through us naturally, unedited by doubt or fear. Let us remember that we are not just creating our reality alone. We are co-creating with the universe. Each moment of creativity is an act of divine partnership, a dance with the source that animates all things. Guide us into alignment with our creative vortex, where all that we have imagined is already waiting to be expressed. We affirm that the basis of life is freedom, the purpose is joy, and the result is expansion. Let us live as fearless creators, painting our lives with the inspiration that flows from the divine. Let us trust that by allowing Spirit to flow through us, we become the artist of a beautiful, ever-unfolding masterpiece. And above all, let us remember there is great love here for all of us. Love that inspires, love that heals, and love that invites us to co-create a more beautiful world. Awareness of who we really are is the key. Awareness leads us home to love. And so it is. Amen.
I am opening. I am opening to love. Sing it with me, you guys. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening to love. You can keep singing that. I'm going to sing this next one. Love is a river in my heart. 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 Ooh, love is a river in my heart. Love is a river in my heart. Love is a river opening in my heart. Love is a river in my heart. Love is a river in my heart. Love is a river in my heart. Let's do one more time. Love is a river opening. I am opening. I am opening to love. Wow.
I'm Yvette, one of the members of the Unity of the Oaks prayer team. I will be available to pray with you after the service in a prayer room. Can you hear me okay? In our fellowship hall. There are also forms for prayer requests in the seat in front of you. Your request will then be placed in the prayer box located on the table near the bookcase. Our prayer chaplains are here to pray with you for the next 30 days, knowing that with God, all things are possible. Now let's prepare for our meditation with the reading of the daily word. Today's word is balance. From Monday, September 22nd, 2025. I honor the rhythm of life. All nature moves in rhythm, cycling through phases of action and rest, stability and change. Both are essential parts of the greater whole and equally necessary for a balanced ecosystem. These patterns teach me to honor life's ebbs and flows. I see these cycles repeating throughout my life. At times, I move with steady footing, as if walking on solid ground, capable of handling whatever comes my way. I move with ease. But there are also times when life feels like I am walking a tightrope, and finding equilibrium requires more effort. In these moments, I remember that balance is fluid, shifting with the seasons. So too are the seasons of my life. As I adjust and adapt, I find solace in spirit, trusting that even if I stumble, I will find balance again. From Ecclesiastes 3:1, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Thank you.
That is my life scripture, Ecclesiastes 3:1. The synchronicity of spirit has already begun. So I want to tell you that today, I learned from Lucy Nye, is World Day of Peace. So I'd like to begin this meditation with a breath, balancing our heart center, joining in together. Take a moment to close your eyes and soften your breath. Allow ourselves to fully arrive in this space. I heard Tommy say this morning, peace in the valley. Take a deep, gentle inhale and a long release. And release to peace. And as you breathe in, imagine a loving presence surrounding you. A presence that whispers, you are safe, you are whole, you are free to create. Each breath an inspiration in spirit moving through you. Each breath out a release, letting go of blocks, doubts, and burdens. In, inspiration. Out, release to peace. Now picture within you a small, steady flame, the flame of creativity. This is the spark of divine imagination, and this flame is your birthright, placed there by the Creator who made you in love's image. And with each breath, see this little light growing a little brighter, illuminating possibilities, warming your heart, and gently reminding you, I am the artist of my life. I am the artist of my life. And with this breath, may peace be painted on your face. And within this light, notice your artist is an inner child, tender, playful part of you, who's not perfect, who makes mistakes, who sometimes feels shy and uncertain. This little artist child longs not for judgment, but for kindness, patience, and encouragement. So breathe love to your inner child and say inwardly, I see you. I love you. I will nurture you and support you. And if resistance or self-judgment arises, just notice it. Dissolve it into your light. Because the flame inside you is stronger than the fear, steadier than the doubt, and infinitely patient. We hear the voice of Spirit now speaking within us softly. My channel is open and receptive. My imagination is now available. My mind is open, open, open. Breathe in inspiration. Release to peace. Now finally, imagine Spirit's voice saying to you, we are free to play. We are free to dream. Now we are free to express. And let this truth settle into your heart. We carry this truth with us now. And as we prepare to re-enter into this time together, we do so with open minds, open hearts, and open hands, for we are ready to receive. Did you know this is your life? Did you know that this is your existence? Did you know that you can let peace dance on your faces? Take one more deep breath in, inspiration. And take one slow breath out, peace. And when you feel ready, feel the seats beneath you. And come back together. Remember again, remember. And join us in this service of peace. Thank you.
Starry night. Let me try that again.
Good thing this isn't live.
We're not going to get our Emmy now.
You still get an Emmy from us.
The raspberry.
Wow. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and daffodils. Catch the breeze in winter chills, in colors on a snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night. Flaming flowers brightly blaze. Swirling clouds in violet haze reflect in Vincent's eyes of china blue. Colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber green. Weathered faces lined in pain are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left in sight, on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty halls, frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that you've met, the ragged men in ragged clothes, the silver thorn bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. Now I think I know what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I just closed my eyes and I almost cried, because that's who I am. Grief counselor, Rick, Tommy, Tom, John. Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. So beautiful and heartfelt. Absolutely amazing. How did I get so lucky to be here today? Thank you, Sherry, Reverend Sherry Hersey, my friend. Thank you, Steve, for writing that beautiful prayer. Candace, for being solid this morning. You know, Rick, for introducing me, the band for playing, everybody that's helping, Stacy, for greeting me. So what a beautiful way to enter into unity this morning. Seeing a lot of people's faces that I have done a lot of art with, done a lot of art and worked with here. And Rick introduced me, but I'll just be quick. I've been a teacher here for a lot of years, and I'm teaching the Artist's Way right now. We're in week 7, halfway through. I love this slide. I love everything right now. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Peace, peace, peace. I am the same spark that created the universe, Julie Cameron, the Artist's Way. She reminds us that creativity isn't a luxury, it's a spiritual path. It's a conversation with God, and it belongs to all of us. And Steve told me to not be nervous to imagine the congregation naked, but that would make me more nervous. So I'm imagining you all in costume now. So everybody's got a costume, everybody's an artist, we feel berets on, and yay, that's beautiful. I want to share something that I've discovered, that each of the 12 weeks of the Artist's Way is based on spiritual law and principle. And if anybody's ever been in 12-step, it's the same. There's a big chapter, how it works when you enter into Alcoholics Anonymous, and it enters you into these 12 steps. And the spiritual law under the Artist's Way are more like a spiral of becoming. So each spiritual law works with the next one. And we start with kind of the rules of the road, the basic principles, and I have some slides that Candace is going to bring up for me. And this is what we begin to abide by. We start the Artist's Way with every single day. We do 3 pages. Raise your hand if you're in my classes right now. It's a lot of you. Yeah, we start 3 pages of longhand brain drain onto paper. And each week we are assigned by Julia Cameron to take a artist walk and to go on an artist date. And the purpose for this is to drain out all that's in our brain each morning and then receive inspiration for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. And there's tasks and there's work to do and there's law behind it. And the first thing we start with are these basic principles. There are 10 of them, and every single principle is meant to open up our mind that we are creative beings having a creative process, creating with the Creator, and here they are. And if I would have thought about it, I would have had each one of my students in the class right now come out and read one, because that's what we do in class, but I'll go ahead and read them. The first principle is creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. And in the Artist's Way, we call that spiritual electricity coming from the substance. It ignites each one of us. There is an underlying creative energy in all of us, and when we're open to it, we feel more alive. It's like taking our computer and plugging it into the wall socket and then turning on, and we've got a desktop, and then going into the Wi-Fi. So the spiritual electricity in us is like tapping into that Wi-Fi. Next slide. When we express our creativity, we align with the Creator. And we ourselves are creations. And as we are creative, we continue to unfold. Next. Creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity as our gift back to God. Reverend Sherry Harris and I were like, wow, wow. And like put that way, it's like we have to create. We have to create and use our gifts. It's like the actualized person that I am way down here, this expressive being that's an artist and a teacher, begins with a seed. It's a desire to create. And all the way from me to her, I am giving back to the Creator as I create, and I'm becoming actualized as me. The refusal to be creative is self-destructive. If anybody's an artist in here, you feel it. Like if you're not creating, you feel edgy, restless, irritable, discontent. I'm kind of going through that right now. I'm studying for my licensed Unity teacher, test, and it's enormous, and I've never done anything as hard in my life as do all that, and I'm just looking, I almost cry laugh as I'm doing it right now. I'm like, this is so hard. And so I'm not painting, so I'm a little edgy. Sorry, Steve. The next slide. When we open ourselves to exploring creativity, we open ourselves to God or the Creator or Source. As we open our creative channels, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. Next slide. It is safe to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. And that safety, that word is the key. Our creative dreams and yearnings come from divine inspiration and move us toward our higher good. Next slide. Thank you. Beautiful, right? So that's our basic principles. Unity has 5 basic principles. Don't they feel similar? I want to share something I discovered about these laws, that not only do we create more art, but we create more life, more healing, and more connection with spirit. I have a student that's in our class. She came because there was a little ad we put in a brochure and a pamphlet for a ballet that I do makeup for every year, Nutcracker. She saw my little ad for Snapdragon Healing Center. I opened this little shop in January 1st, 2019, in response to the Woolsey fires and the borderline shootings. And we do art for healing there. And so she saw the little ad for it, and she didn't know why, but she called me, and she said, I'd like to come and do what you do. And she came and did some art with me, and she asked me a question. She said, well, what do I do beyond this? Like, what would be my spiritual practice? And I said, there's two things I carry through my life that I would never, never leave. One are the 12 steps of my 12-step program, and the other is the Artist's Way. The Artist's Way is like my peaceful path. My father passed away a year ago, and right at the end there, I let go of my class, and I had that class ongoing for 8 years. And I haven't felt as restless since I let go of that class, and I haven't felt so complete again as I picked it up again here. I feel so much better. I feel so much better in my soul again. I want to tell you a little story. This is my personal story of how I came upon the Artist's Way. I started in Unity in 2006 in Culver City. My friend Adam Chester was playing music out there. I can't remember if that's why we went or that's why we continued. And I was going to a Centers for Spiritual Living out here, Reverend Sue Rubin, and I was also going to a Christian church. And I was like, I was all over the place. And I just loved spirituality in any capacity. And I was in a 12-step program. And my sister and I decided in 2006, we're going to do the Artist's Way. We're hitting this spiritual kind of wave, and we want to do it together. And my sister, she was really cerebral. And I have 2 brothers, and I say I had 3 brothers because she was so cerebral and so intelligent. And she had so many, she lived her masculine. She really did. And I was the artist. I went to art school. She went to get her degree in English literature, and here we are. We find out we were in the Artist's Way together. We're just reading and studying, and we had this role reversal. She started painting and expressing and making jewelry, and I started writing poetry and doing all these little mini stories and things, and we were looking at each other, and we realized part of that was family identity. I was the artist, I was older, so she had to be the cerebral. She had to pick an identity that wasn't hers, although she was intelligent and very, very clever and smart and all those things. When she hit that Artist's Way, oh my gosh, I remember going to her house. She lived in a little trailer off Skyline, and she painted it pink, in the Artist's Way, and she's growing these cannas in her garden, and inside, as I walked through, she had this jewelry. It was an old potting bench, and it was covered in jewelry. I'm wearing one of her necklaces today, and she had them everywhere, and I was like, wow, this is wild. And I walked out back, and I'm like, what you doing out here? And she's on the ground painting these big leaves, lotus leaves. What do you do? She goes, I'm painting lotus leaves, Val. I'm like, she's my cerebral sister artist, and she's painting lotus leaves on the ground. It was just pouring out of her. We shared a therapist. We were both counselors. And I went to the therapy office, and she had these 3 kind of remedial water blossom paintings on the wall, across all. I'm like, my therapist's office, and here's her paintings. They're everywhere. And I brought one of her paintings today. It's kind of cool. This is one of her beautiful paintings. In synchronicity of spirit, my sister passed away in 2007 after we did the Artist's Way. She was coming up on 10 years of sobriety. She died 2 weeks before. We had a childhood wound we shared together. We had 6 members of our family. I read artwork for a living. I do art therapeutic process with people. And this painting she painted showed me everything. She died shortly after this painting. The very day she passed away, she was walking where she painted this. She had on her Walkman a song that we loved. It was Blue Moon by the Cowboy Junkies. That week there was a blue moon. It was a blue moon in May to June. And I got to keep her painting. I got to take this home. I got to take home her morning pages. They kept me comfort those first weeks, those weeks when I was in shock and she passed away. I'd read her pages and I'd hear her voice. And I was so grateful to have them. We're not really supposed to reread them, but I've got to tell you, I was so happy to have them. And I started automatic writing from the Artist's Way. I have journals. I started writing her back. I'd read her work and I'd write her back. I'd ask her a question. And she began to tell me all about advanced metaphysics, believe it or not. I learned more from those automatic writings, and some of you in Unity will understand because it's all in us, than I did from a lot of my early classes. I walked into Unity of the Oaks in 2010, and 2011, Molly started teaching classes, and I took the 12 Powers. And she goes, why don't you take it for credit? I'm like, okay. And I just kept going. I kept going with that. During my Artist's Way time there, my first class, Melba was in it. She has her book somewhere, and my friend Chris Cooper, and a lot of people, John Bliss, and people that aren't here today. A lot of people were in that class with me, and I started creating all of this art and all these projects. I had a one-woman show twice at the Gardens of the World, and I painted at the ocean, and I painted all these paintings of the ocean. I was so interested in energy and activity, and one of these Gardens of the World, I had a show, and I had a little book like this sitting out, and people were signing it and telling me how beautiful everything was, and one of them said, they all look alike. And I'm like, you know, a little bit of criticism. Oh my gosh. And I found my censor. I could never paint the ocean again. So we learn in the Artist's Way about this censor that censors us from moving forward, criticism, self-doubt, core negative beliefs. In the Artist's Way, we challenge those week by week. We use spiritual law to challenge them week by week. And as a matter of fact, those paintings, there's about 30 of them of the ocean, they've all sold. They've all sold, every one of them. People say, I love them, they're in my house, I love these paintings. Together they look similar, but one by one in someone's house, they're very unique under a certain light and beautiful. And it was an amazing season for me to learn about light and how the wind shifts across the water, and when you see the flickering coming, if you were a sailboat, you'd use that. You know, I learned so much about metaphor and life and nature, and I picked all that up because I was doing the Artist's Way. I'm going to talk a little bit about those laws, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but maybe next slide, Candace. The first 6 weeks we've done, so you guys will recognize them who are in my class, but for those who don't, recovering from a sense of safety is the first week that we come to. We start our pages. It's a lot, huh, Rick? We start our pages. Why do we have to go on an artist date? What does that mean? You know, and we start to learn what we're doing and start walking in the world. This is to overcome fear and doubt, self-doubt. The quote I have on here is, "A leap in the net will appear," John Burroughs. And the spiritual law underneath this is, the law of divine protection. God's presence is a safe refuge. We are never alone. Isn't that beautiful? And what we did in the Artist's Way was we created safety by trusting our inner voice. We worked on healing blocked beliefs, and we opened our path. Yeah. Week 2, recovering a sense of identity, owning our uniqueness. It's never too late to be who you might have been, George Eliot. The spiritual law beneath that was the law of divine inheritance. We are made in God's image. Our true identity is spiritual and creative. I just want to say, Summer made these slides last night. I think it's the most beautiful thing. Oh my gosh, thank you, Summer. The third week, recovering our sense of power, the law of cause and effect. So we played with cause and effect. We have the power to choose our thoughts, emotion, and direction. It's the sense of power. It's the law of dominion. And we have it within us, a 12 power of dominion, right? The next week, we recovered a sense of integrity. Now, about this time, Lisette and Donna began to start bringing stories of things that were happening to them week 4, 5, 6. Like we started feeling the changes in us. We started recognizing that something was percolating, that we were letting go of certain beliefs, core negative, blocks inside of our consciousness. And the law is the law of truth here. Aligning with truth sets us free and restores wholeness. The truth shall set you free, John 8:32. Week 5, we just redid this recently, recovering a sense of possibility. This is the law of expansion and infinite potential. And under the law is the divine ideas are unlimited. what we imagine with God grows. And in Artist Way, I talk to everyone, begin that we are like antennas. In Unity, we learn that divine ideas are already there. They're present in another realm. It's called the substance. We're going to teach a class on that soon, and I'd love to have you guys all jump in it. But the substance is full of all divine ideas. It's like they're floating by somehow, all the concerts, all the songs, all the paintings. Now, as a unique, individuated expression of God, I can grab any one of those ideas. If I'm not a trained artist, it's going to look a little sweet, right? If I'm a trained artist, it may look really unique. I remember the first time I went to the museum, the one off the 405, the Getty, and I went inside the room where all the Impressionists were, and I'm like, I want to paint like that, and that, and that, and that. But I'd sit in front of the Van Gogh, and I'd just go, And it turns out that's my style. That turns out that's how I paint. It's very, like, almost juvenile with colors and thickness. I'm so attracted to that. And the more and more I painted, the more I became like that. And that's what tickled me inside. And I thought I had to be like this, perfect, representation of like a photograph or something to be an artist. And no, you don't. We can be whatever we're meant to be. And the more we train and the more we work and the more we play and the more we go, the more we understand that we can do more because of that persistence. And the one thing that blocks us is core negative beliefs. Core negative beliefs, right? So the week 6 we just did, recovering a sense of abundance. So this was great for a lot of us. Shifting from scarcity to abundance. Abundance is not something we acquire, it's something we tune into. We learn in the Artist's Way, we are not trying to think it up and paint it, we're just seeing it and getting it down. We're not trying to write the music, we're trying to listen to it and put the words on the paper. Bach and Beethoven, there's all these quotes in the book that says they just heard the symphonies and wrote them down. And the synchronicity of spirit, which comes together, brings it all together. I'm going to quickly go through the next slides. This is this week for everyone who's in the class. We're recovering our sense of connection. Our topic, creativity is relationship with God and others. This is the quote, creativity is God's gift to us. Our use of it is our gift back to God, Julia Cameron. And by now we're starting to understand that, right? So beautiful. Week 8, recovering a sense of strength. This is the law of faith in action. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really step to look fear in the face. Eleanor Roosevelt. God's love flows through forgiveness, mercy, and self-kindness. The next week is we're learning compassion, the law of grace. God's love flows through forgiveness, forgiveness, mercy, kindness, and grace. The last one was strength, comes by leaning on spirit and acting with courage. Week 10 is self-protection. This is the law of order. We know about the law of order. In class, we are going to be protecting this creativity like in a bubble. It's an act of honoring our spirit. And I'm going through this right now. It's learning to say no to others and say yes to our time to create. And it's very difficult for me as someone who loves to give and give and give to create that space of boundaries around me. Then after we create that protection and space, week 11, is we recover our sense of autonomy. The topic is independence, authenticity, freedom from approval seeking, to thine own self be true. I imagine in the next few weeks I'm going to learn how to break through this. Writing my talk yesterday, I got like 50 phone calls and things happening. I have a friend that's out of town. She's my crazy maker, my poisonous playmate. She calls and says, I can come to town tonight. Shall I come over? I'm like, what do I say? What do I say? I had to say, I'm so sorry, not tonight. I have a talk to write, and I have to be in church tomorrow. I get to be in church tomorrow. I'm blessed to be in church tomorrow. And I can't have you come tonight. But boy, wasn't that like synchronistic? And then week 12, I love her. Don't get me wrong. We are mad women together. We have so much fun together, and it would have thrown me off. She's my best friend. She's just my wild friend. Week 12, recovering a sense of faith. Spiritual law, love, trust, and surrender. We complete this cycle by trusting Spirit in our own creativity as a lifelong practice. Faith opens to the future. The quote, faith is taking the first step, even if you don't see the whole staircase. You see the spiral staircase, Martin Luther King. So we can jump to that slide. So this is the artist's way, the spiritual growth. You can see it's like this little spiral of becoming like our DNA is a spiral. And as we walk through spiritual law step by step, it takes a little bit of linear time to do that because we're challenging our minds. We're challenging our thoughts. And the artist's way lines up perfectly with unity because we challenge them with affirmations, positive things that we say to ourselves, catching the things we think and reversing them and altering them, and then taking that and creating from them. I want to share something I learned and discovered from the Artist's Way, especially working with others. Not only does each week rest on a spiritual law, like the 12 steps in AA or other spiritual programs, as we practice the laws and we step inside them, not only do we create more art, we create more life, more healing, and more connectivity to Spirit. If you've ever completed something and you don't know how you did it, it's like there's a step back from it sometimes. You can't even believe it. Like, where did that come from? Brand new creative art that comes from Spirit. If I would take a piece and paint it, and somebody else saw the same divine idea floating by and they painted it, they'd be two totally different paintings. So it's okay. It's okay to let them flow by. It's okay to grab one. It's okay to two. Have you ever seen those paint nights where everybody looks different? Isn't that beautiful? Right? Everybody is a unique, individuated expression of God, and each of us create uniquely. So amazing. And I really, that came to me as I was writing this talk. As artists, we're antennas. It's not about thinking it up. It's about getting it down. It's about opening to truth, opening to listening, brain cells in our tummy, our heart, our mind, all listening, about becoming these antennas. Gail Cerna, a student in the class, she does drop-ins. You're welcome to drop in. She says the 12 weeks are not just for artists, they're for anyone. They're for anyone. And we do each week of the class like a little unit, so people come and play and talk to us, they learn something. Every week when I was doing the Artist's Way for about 8 years, I'd like to play a song that puts us in the vibration. And every morning I just counted on waking up and whatever the music that was playing in my head, that's the song I'd bring that day. And I did that for years and years and years and years. It's about opening and unblocking our hearts and minds and allowing for the possible. I just want to show you one brief thing. This is a dress that I put in, Lucy is smiling, in Snapdragon Healing Center. I loved this dress. It was this beautiful lace dress, and I originally put it in as like manifesting a wedding, you know, like, oh, my wedding dress, just idea. And one day I splashed it with paint. I went, oh, shoot, you know. And I went, oh, it looks pretty. And I did it again. And then every single person that comes in and does a painting with me gets to take their palette at the end and smash it on. And do you see these golds and these greens? These are Lucia's. She's doing a painting with me right now that we'll have to bring in. That's so absolutely beautiful. Look what we created over 7 years. It's way prettier than what I thought it would be manifesting. Isn't it beautiful? It just hangs there. We all finish, and we walk them and smash, smash, smash. It's such a good ending to a painting. Next slide. This is our congregational slide. Can we read this together? Start from the top. Creativity is not selfish. It is a service. Each time we say yes to creating, we say yes to God's flow through us. I am a creative expression of God's love. Doesn't that feel so good? I really feel that I have a poem. I'm going to read. By the way, these are the books by Julia Cameron. When we finish this class, we'll be starting this one. It's called A Vein of Gold. It's like you imagine gold inside a rock, and you kind of hit it, and there's that vein. So once we hit it in the artist's way, we move on. We don't get stuck hanging. This is walking in the world, is taking those projects out into the world. This is one of my favorites. This is one I just worked. It's called Riding the Dragon, the Artist's Way at Work. And this is the one I'm doing side by side right now. It's called The Sound of Paper. And it's Julia Cameron's kind of respite. It's a very thoughtful work of hers. I know that Lucy and Nan did the work, It's Never Too Old to Begin Again, or to, it's like where you take your life and you do it in 10-year chapters and you write about them. And she did that when you were 80? Yeah, I think so. Lucy's been in my Artist's Way classes before. So each week I choose things from Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, the co-founders of Unity, and this is a poem by M. Claire. I've been using this book throughout our time together, and this poem is called Go Outside and Play. Go outside and play, said God. I've given you the universes as fields to run free in. And here, take this and wrap yourself in it. This is called love. It will always, always keep you warm. And the stars. Look up, the sun and the moon and the stars. Look upon these often, for they will remind you of your own little light. And eyes, oh, gaze into every other's eyes, for they have given you their universes. They're free fields to run in. There, I have given you everything you need. Now go outside and play. So here's the invitation. Don't think of creativity as a side hobby. Think of it as your spiritual practice. Each time you write, paint, sing, cook, garden, whatever your art may be, you're saying yes to the Spirit moving through you as you. Creativity is God's gift to us. Expression is our gift back. May we each walk this path with faith, permission, abundance, and trust, creating not only art, but a more inspired, loving, and beautiful world. Thank you so much for blessing me.
Thank you, Valerie. That was awesome. Wow.
The sculptor Michelangelo was asked how he got in the flow and made the lovely David from a giant block of stone. He said, well, he was in there waiting. My job was simply excavating. I just took away what did not belong. And I know somewhere not so deep inside of me lives that perfect soul that I was meant to be. Let me be the way I was created. Let me find a pure and simple heart. I'll chip away all jealousy and hatred and reveal God's perfect work of art.
Well, I think we're born on angels' wings. Heaven sends such graceful things, like love without condition, knowing we are not alone. And then descends the soul's dark night. Shadows come and block the light. And as years go by, we turn to stone. My block of stone is made of fear and doubt, but the real me is crying to come out. Let me be the way I was created. Let me find a pure and simple heart. Strip away all jealousy and hatred, and reveal God's perfect work of art. I'll reveal God's perfect work of art. Wow, what an amazing song that is. It's by Karen Taylor Good. Incredible song.
Good morning. Wow. Music team, fabulous. Can't you believe it? Just the music just so perfectly goes with Valerie's message. And I'm in her class as well. And my goodness, my heart and soul keep expanding every week. And as she says, you can drop in anytime, and just one time there and you will change. You will grow and change. It's lovely. Well, I'm Donna, and I'm board member of the day. Here is our mission, if you'll read it with me, please. Unity of the Oaks is a loving, accepting, and heart-centered spiritual community, here to be love in action, to encourage personal growth, awaken spiritual curiosity, and transform lives. If you would like to bless us with a love offering, we have several ways for you to give. In the seat in front of you are envelopes for cash or check. Make sure to include your name if you'd like a record of your donation. Stacy is coming up to pass out the baskets for you. You will also find our text to give information. At any time, you can visit our website to give. If you have given electronically, please bless the basket and then pass it along. Now, let's take a moment to focus our attention on our giving heart. As we feel the abundance of receiving, we visualize the mission statement coming to life. Please join me in the love offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. We are most grateful for all of your contributions to our community as we grow it with lots of events and classes, like Valerie's, which is what Steve is going to tell you all about now.
I think that was the first time I ever saw Rick make any mistake ever.
Oh, no.
And I'm just so glad that he's human. I'm not worthy. Hello, it's another busy week at UOTO. Please note that the book group today is postponed until October 5th after service. And we're bringing back movie night on Friday, September 26th. Join us at 7 p.m. at UOTO for a Sound of Music sing-along. Sing along, everybody, so warm your voices up. Gail Cerna is leading her Enhance Your Intuition workshop on September 27th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reserve a spot using the sign-up sheet in the back or RSVP through our website. Service outreach is meeting on September 28th after service. All are welcome. And this information can always be found in the email newsletter we send out each week. So make sure you are signed up. And now, Rick Cowling.
Hey, thank you, Steve. Well, hey, I heard April Jules had a great sound healing thing that she did. And so I just want to say thank you, everyone, for being there. And thank April for leading that. And I need to get rid of this reverb, I think. Or did you do it already? So Harold Payne will be here at Unity of the Oaks on October 12th. And so after fellowship, let's see, I think it's going to be a concert here. Is that right, what it says? And so I think he's going to play here, too, up here during the actual service, and then play after that for a concert. So Reverend Cherry and I are probably going to sing with him. He's asking. He said, oh, yeah. It's going to be so fun. We have updated flyers for our Pet Blessing Day in the back, so check that out. And please feel free to take some and pass them out to your local community. Is that right? Okay, so thank you, Tony and Christine, for hospitality, by the way, this week, everybody. Please give them a round of applause. They're so amazing, and so every week is so incredible, and thank you guys for doing that. And a special thanks to Liz Sentian. How do you say it? Sentian? Sydney Blanco, Bill Lay, Will, and of course Sherry, because they went out and helped moving the massive amounts of potted plants that were donated by Bill Lay, and you'll probably start seeing them all over the place. There's a lot of them, and they're beautiful, and that was a big deal. They spent all day moving all these plants. So thanks, you guys, for all your help with that, Liz and Sydney, and for the truck and everything and help. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And okay, so now we're going to play our peace song for you and prayer protection. So everybody stand up. And I hope I don't have to do this job very often. It's really hard. All right, you guys. Woohoo! Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that goes back to me. With God as creator, family all are we. It begins with me. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here, everybody.